Good morning, students. Let us continue with the chapter A Triumph of Surgery. I hope you have understood the text that we have done yesterday, the theme of the chapter. Alright, now we will begin with the next page. But before starting the next page, let me revise what we have done yesterday. First thing that we know is that the narrator, that is the author, is worried about Tricky's health. We also came to know that Tricky is a pampered dog which has become like a bloated sausage because of his greed, because of the lack of exercise that he gets. Mrs. Pumphrey, on the other hand, she has been overfeeding him with malt, cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks. Now she is interpreting his listlessness, his lack of energy to being malnutritioned. Alright, so we have completed and read till here. I have told you to find out the answers to the questions that were given before the text. So, why is Mrs. Pumphrey worried about Tricky? Okay, if in this text we try to find out the answer, the answer is that he was listless, he was lacking energy. That is why Mrs. Pumphrey was worried about Tricky. As we will move on, okay, we can find out many answers to this question. Now the second question was, what does she do to help him? What does she do? She gives him malt, cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks between his meals so that he can regain his energy. Is she wise in this? Do you think she is wise? No. Alright, why? Because this is making Tricky obese. The last question is, who does I refer to in this story? In this story, I is referring to the author, that is James Herriot. Now let us begin with the second page. I tried to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he's going to be really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. Who is saying this? Mrs. Pumphrey or Mr. Herriot? Who is saying this? Mr. Herriot. Okay. Now what is the meaning of severe? Severe means he was trying to act, or he was trying to sound a little strict because of Tricky's condition. So the narrator tried to talk seriously to Mrs. Pumphrey that if she did not control Tricky's eating habits and increase his exercise, he would soon fall ill. He also told her that she should stay strong and strict with him and put him on a diet. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Herriot. I am sure you are right. But it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down, along the road, as if determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. I watched their progress with growing concern. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. Now, you can underline the word regime. Regime means a system or ordered way of doing things. Okay, a schedule. Next, you can underline tottering. Tottering means move in a feeble or unsteady way. Next, we have tweed. Okay, tweed is a rough surfaced woolen cloth. Then you can underline wardrobe. Okay, wardrobe, you people understand wardrobes are cupboards. Now let me explain these lines to you. Now Mrs. Pumphrey accepted that, although she knew that Mr. Harriot was right, but it was too difficult for her to refuse him for anything. Refuse whom? Refuse Tricky for anything. But then she left the place as if she was now ready to follow the new routine properly. Mr. Harriot was watching them go and looking at Tricky walking unsteadily. Why was he walking unsteadily? Because he was so obese. Okay, already we have seen that he was referred to as a bloated sausage. Okay, so he was so obese that he was not able to walk properly. That is why he was walking unsteadily, tottering. The narrator was also looking at the tweed coat that Tricky was wearing. He had a wardrobe full of these coats and also a raincoat for rainy days. This line also suggests that Mrs. Pumphrey was a rich lady, as she had a lot of money to spend on her dog. Okay, so let us now continue with the next line. He struggled on, drooping in his harness. Who struggled on? Tricky struggled on. Okay, he was drooping, he was falling into his harness. Now, harness is a set of straps and fittings. He struggled on, drooping in his harness. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. The narrator thought that he will soon get a call, because he knew that Trick was really very ill and he would be getting a call from Mrs. Pumphrey. The expected call came within a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Now, if you underline distraught, distraught means very worried or very upset. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. Now, bouts is a short period of intense activity of specific kind. For a period of time, he used to vomit. Okay. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting. Now, panting, breathing with short or quick breaths or out of breath. Okay, for example, if you run, after that you have shortness of breath, that is panting. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting, didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. I had made my plans in advance. Who is I here? I is Mr. Harriot. Okay, so the call that the author was expecting, it came after a few days. Mrs. Pumphrey was very upset, as Tricky was not eating anything, not even his favorite dishes, and was vomiting frequently. He didn't even want to do anything. Okay, now here we know that Mr. Harriot had already made a plan in advance, because he knew that Tricky was very ill and Mrs. Pumphrey would be calling him after some time. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. Now, fortnight, underline fortnight. Fortnight means a period of 2 weeks. So, the author suggested that Tricky should be hospitalized for around 14 days. The poor lady almost swooned. Underline swooned. Swoon means fainted. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. Who would pine? Who would long for Mrs. Pumphrey? Tricky. She thought that Tricky would die because he was used to seeing Mrs. Pumphrey. But I took a firm line. Again, I here is Mr. Harriot. Again, Mr. Harriot was very strict that Tricky would have to go to the hospital. Tricky was very ill, and this was the only way to save him. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailing, I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. Okay, now here underline wailings. Wailings means crying with pain or grief or anger. Now, being a veterinary doctor, the narrator knew that the only way to get Tricky well was to get him out of the house for a few days. He then suggested to Mrs. Pumphrey that it would be good to get Tricky hospitalized and keep him under observation for 15 days. Upon hearing this, what happened? Mrs. Pumphrey, she almost fainted. She was sure that if Tricky did not see her every day, he would surely die. But the narrator kept his words. He told her that this was the only option as Tricky was very ill. The narrator thought it would be best to avoid any delays and get him to the hospital as soon as possible. He went to their house, and even though Mrs. Pumphrey was crying because she did not want her dog to go away from her, he took the dog, wrapped it in a blanket and put him in the car. Okay, now let's read the next line. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out, bringing in daybed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, breakfast bowls, lunch bowl, supper bowl. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror before I turned the corner of the drive. Everybody was in tears out on the road. I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. I patted the head, and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad, I said. You haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. Now first let us underline some of the words. Now first is roused. Okay. Now roused means to arouse, to wake up people. Now maids are domestic, generally female domestic servant. Then supper is an evening meal. Then if we come to the other line, despairing means when we show loss of all hope. Glance, glance is when we take a hurried or a brief look. Patted, I think everybody knows, when we touch someone, all right, lovingly. Then wag, generally the animals, when they are very happy, they move their tail to and fro. Okay, now the maids were woken up and asked to get all of Tricky's stuff. Now what did his stuff include? It included things like his day bed, night bed, his favorite cushions, toys, rubber rings. Now bowls, he had a different bowl for his breakfast, his lunch, his supper. Now Mr. Harriet knew that so much stuff won't fit in his car, so he started rushing things. As the doctor was leaving with Tricky, what did Mrs. Pumphrey do? Mrs. Pumphrey threw a lot of coats that Tricky used to wear in the car. As the narrator was turning the car on the turn, he saw through the rear mirror that everyone was crying. He patted like this little helpless animal who was responding with the wagging of his tail. The narrator then thought and told Tricky that he knew that Tricky did not have the energy, but he would surely make him better. So in this paragraph we see that how much this rich lady had spoiled Tricky. This dog had his own wardrobe. In that wardrobe he had many coats, he had different number of bowls, he had his toys, he had his favorite cushions, and it was because of this overindulgence that Tricky had come to this situation, that right now that he was not having a kick in him. Now here in this line, the last lines, he's saying, you haven't a kick in you. A kick in you, you don't even have any energy. The dog was so obese that he did not have any energy. He did not have any kick in him. Now let us move to the next line. At the surgery, the household dogs surged round me. Now here when we are talking about surgery, okay, surgery here does not mean the operation. Here surgery, in the beginning I have told you the meaning of surgery. In the British context, if we see, surgery is a place where a doctor sees his patient. Alright, now this was the place where Dr. Harriet used to see his patient, that is his animals. Okay, it must be the place where he used to hospitalize them. So when we are talking of surgery here right now, we are not talking about the operation, but we are talking about the place where he used to look after his patients. At the surgery, the household dogs surged around me. Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes and, when put down, lay motionless on the carpet. The other dogs, after sniffing around him for a few seconds, decided he was an uninteresting object and ignored him. I made up a bed for him in a warm loose box next to the one where the other dogs slept. As soon as they reached the hospital, all the other dogs gathered around the doctor. Tricky looked at the dogs, and when the doctor put him down on the carpet, he couldn't even move. The other dogs, they sniffed him and thought to themselves that he was very uninteresting object because he was not even moving, and they just left him alone. Then the narrator, he made a bed for Tricky in a warm box along with the other dogs. He did not make a very special bed like Mrs. Pumphrey has given him a number of beds, but he just made him a bed in a warm box. Now let us read the next line. For 2 days I kept an eye on him, giving him no food but plenty of water. Okay, this you have to remember. How did he treat him? First, for the first 2 days, he did not give him anything except water. No food was given to him, but he was kept under strict observation. At the end of the second day, he started to show some interest in his surroundings, and on the third, he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. I opened the door. Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joey, the greyhound, and his friends. Now Joey, here again, he's a dog. After rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. Tricky followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. Later that day, I was present at feeding time. I watched while Tristan slopped the food into the bowls. There was the usual headlong rush, followed by the sounds of high-speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind the others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. Okay, so first of all, let us underline the word whimper. Whimper means to make a series of low, feeble sounds as if to express that you are in pain or you are afraid or you are unhappy. Okay, so now underline the next word, that is trotted. Trotted means to run at a moderate speed. Then slopped. Slopped means to throw or to spill something on the edge of a container. Okay, now let us see the explanation here. Now for the 2 days, we know that the narrator had kept him under his observation and giving only water and nothing else. On the second day, Tricky roamed around looking at the place, and on the third day, he was also making noise to let people know in the hospital, alright, that he wanted to go out with the other dogs. When the narrator he opened the door, Tricky quickly came out and was surrounded by Joey, who was a greyhound, and his friends. After sniffing him for a moment, all of them left for the garden where Tricky followed them. Okay, now here we understand that Tricky is interested in doing the activities that the other dogs are doing. Later in the evening, the narrator was present when the dogs were being fed, and he was observing very carefully, especially when Tristan he was slopping the food into the bowls. Now all of the dogs, they were eating at a very fast pace or at a great speed, because they knew that if they didn't finish quickly, then the other dogs, they are going to eat from their bowl. So there was this competition to complete the meal before the others finished. Now we see here that the narrator he had not given special treatment to Tricky. On the other hand, he was treating Tricky like the way he used to treat the other dogs. Now we are going to finish this lecture here only. I want you to go through the text and understand it. Feel free to contact me if you have any problem. With this, we come to the end of the second part. Thank you.